Hi Max and Lisa, I hope you're really well. I've been looking forward to sharing this proposal with you for your presentation board, so let's get started. When you walk into the apartment, we have the bike hook right next to the door. This is going to minimise any dirt and dust coming from the bike through the apartment, so it's really easy for you, Max, to pop it right there. Beside that, we've got the TV unit with the two shelves. The shelves will be great for showing your travel mementos. As you can see on the board there, we've got the Eames Bird and the drip bars. We have a really big, beautiful rug in the lounge room. It's 8mm pile thick, so really plush, non-stick mat underneath. It's going to give you that really beautiful softness that you need and contrast to the hard surfaces of the concrete in the apartment. We've got another floor runner just opposite the front door that will act as a hallway and create an almost entry to the space which you're after, and we'll team that with a black buffet sideboard, which is going to give you extra storage and also be another surface for which you can display your travel mementos. We have a beautiful big grey sofa, really comfortable, black cat webbing, hollow fill foam, a great fabric which has 20,000 Martindale rubs and a maximum of 40, so really, really great with maintenance and longevity. And again, the cushions that are on there are 100% European linen, so they're really great. They're pre-washed and really hardy. With those, we have two ottomans. These ottomans are really fantastic because they have a tray that fits perfectly on them. So you can use it as an ottoman or you can use it as a side table. They're really flexible, really light. You can have them beside the armchairs, in front of the lounge, put them two together as a coffee table. And those trays can be stored in the side unit or the TV, the buffet or the TV unit. And the ottomans can obviously be used at the lounge. Lisa, you specifically said in the brief that you wanted somewhere else besides the bed to put your feet up. So you'll be able to do that with the lounge or the armchairs. The armchairs are in a really unique fabric to bow concept. They have a pre-stain resistant treatment and they are repellent to most liquids. So longevity, maintenance, care, really, really fantastic, fuss-free, and are gonna last a long time and be really, really low level maintenance. So you'll love those. The chairs swivel too, so if you wanna turn them around and look out onto the garden, you can. If you want to turn and face the TV or to what's happening in the dining room, you can. So they're a really great all-round chair and give a really fantastic nod to mid-century design, which you seem to be drawn to with the Eames Bird and the Nelson clock and the coloured blown green George Jensen vase. So that's tying in, it's giving a nod to that sort of era as well. All the colours from the apartment come from the main inspiration images that you'll see there from Beck Rocci Photography. And all those beautiful pinks, sands, burgundies, maroons, the naturals and the greys all come from the New York City landscape. So we've really taken New York City's architecture as a part of what's really inspired the colour scheme and also sort of the surfaces and the textures. We're honouring the concrete rather than covering it up. It's keeping things fuss-free. And I know that that's something that really attracted you to the apartment as well, was the concrete. So we're going to let that shine and just soften it up with the rugs. The dining table I absolutely love. It's in oak, it's by Globe West. And you really wanted to see what we could do extra with the apartment, what we could do with the space. And this table really does that for you. So on an everyday basis, it's at 180 centimeters, but you can extend it out to 80 centimeters, which means that you can sit at one end and have your food on the other and have a cocktail set up sort of on the bench. You can have it extended and have it covered in food. There's so many options with this extendable table that can cater just small amounts of people or really large amounts of people, or you don't have to use it at all. You can just use the bar stools that we've included in the proposal and that you'll see there in white. These are actually called Brooklyn, and they give reference to the New York City Bridge with the straight lines and the curves. And that sort of form there and colour and shape is also repeated again with the Ivy Muse steel wall dividers. So these are going to be really great because we can put them in the corner of the lounge room and also the dining room to sort of almost be an art form on their own. But the arches also give reference to all of the arches throughout New York City and Washington and Manhattan. So again, it's playing on that New York City theme without being obviously New York City in terms of adding the photograph that we could have done or pictures of yellow cabs and things like that and being very literal. We're being a little bit abstract about it. The brick cladding goes above your big bank of beautiful glass windows that looks out onto the garden. And this brick cladding is really quick and easy to install, easy maintenance. We just brush over it with a brush. But the great thing about it is it has really fantastic sound absorbing qualities. So Lisa, if you're sleeping in bed, or you're trying to have a bit of chill time and you don't want that noise to travel from Max in the kitchen or the TV or whatever's happening out there, that will help to absorb the noise rather than getting down to the bedroom. And so will the rugs. The rugs will be really great with this as well. And eventually when we start talking about window coverings, that will help too. The dining chairs, again, really, really fantastic. These are timber, they're in black, so they're not going to show sort of food stains or spills really easily. We can give you an oak care guide that will help you with all the oak items to look after them long term. The fantastic thing about these chairs that I really, really love is that you can stack them. So when you are having a standing party or a cocktail party and you've got a whole heap of people and those chairs are just simply going to be in the way, they can all be stacked and sat down the side of the pod, on the bar side of that central amenities pod. And then if you wanted to, you could use those pot stands and dividing screens with the plants in them just to soften the chairs and just to give a bit of a visual barrier so that your clients, that's you, so that your friends can't walk down there, and it just sort of blocks them off and they can still access the toilet and the basin on the other side of the pod. As for everything else, the wall colors, we've got the gray that matches in with the shutters, so we want to feel like that wall is really going to recede under those louvers, rather than being really bright, and the darkness will give you that feeling of sanctuary that you're really after. And that's in the drive time, and then the grand piano will be on the dining room wall running along that side, and the sandy colors in that and the softness in that will tie in with the bricks. And Lisa, you did say in the brief that you didn't want any white, you didn't want it to feel clinical and harsh like the hospital, you really wanted to come home and have a point of difference. So those wall colors will do that. And so will, the colors in the cushions and the blush and the browns and the tans and the claret and the greens. They're all going to work really, really beautifully together, just to create what we feel is ticking all those boxes of the New York City inspiration, of the urban Melbourne lifestyle. The space is going to be set up and ready to go for you to entertain lots and lots of family friends, or just a really small group of family friends, because a lot of the items are movable, they serve lots of different purposes, and they can be shifted around. So I really look forward to explaining this to you in further detail when I see you face to face, and really going through the specifications of each item. But that's pretty much a snapshot of where we're at, and what it's going to look like. And I really hope you like it, and I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback and getting things underway and start ordering things for you. Thanks guys, bye.